Man Mott. So it's going to be a great day. There's a lot of activities going on. And I have my favorite, I don't care what people say, I have my favorite city council here with me today. And that is Miss Julia Mejia. And she's going to be here for a little while talking, the race. What, 4 weeks you got, Julia?
I got 3.5 weeks, like less than 20 something days. Good morning, everybody. Don't be trying to start me off just answering questions. Priscilla, it's always good to be in your presence.
It's always good to be in your presence too, Julia. I love you and I appreciate you because you're out there doing the work for our community, and that's what counts. A lot of people talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. And you don't see them. They hop in and they hop out of a photo op.
They take a quick picture.
Yeah.
Pick and run.
Yep. But so how are you doing? I know you're running around the city crazy.
I am. But you know what? I'm going to be honest. Like, I love my job, and every voter deserves to know that. Mm-hmm. And so for me, it just because I'm an incumbent doesn't necessarily mean anything. Like for me, people need to understand that I respect and value every single vote that I earn.
Right.
And I don't have special friends, right?
Right.
I'm not a part of anybody's little slate, right?
Yeah.
I'm not part of the Woo crew, and I'm not part of the conservative crew. I'm here with the people's crew, and that's all I got is people power.
That's right.
Like you.
Yeah.
But because of that, my seat is at risk. A lot of
Right.
people think I'm safe just because I came in second.
Right.
That's the first go around, but now there's not a mayoral race. People
Right.
are going to go out to vote.
I know.
Y'all can easily see me out of that seat if we don't go out and vote. So I'm running
Exactly.
around here like making sure that people know. And I don't have money to send out mailers, so most people don't even know I'm on the ballot.
Well, we're telling them now, those that are listening, that Julia Mejia is on the ballot. What number are you on the ballot?
I'm lucky divine 7.
7. Okay.
That is
All
meant
right.
from heaven.
7. Okay.
Okay, that is heavenly 7, y'all. Heavenly 7. And God, you know what? I won by 1 vote.
That's right.
And
One vote, Julia.
And I believe in numbers, and I believe in the divine, and I believe that God put me in that seat 2019.
Of course. He was your 1 vote.
He was my 1 vote, and like he gave me number 7 this time because he's gonna make sure that I keep that seat, right, y'all?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Julia, I've been with you since we ran together. Julia, for those that don't know, Julia and I ran together in 2019.
And you fed me, and you gave me water, and my daughter went to your
Gave you
birthday party. We
rides.
gave you rides, and you know what? My daughter, every time she sees you, she remembers you from that moment, right? Like that's what we did. We took care of each other.
Yes. And I remember telling you that last event that we did right before Labor Day when Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley came. And I told you, Julia, if I don't make it to the top 8, I'm going to endorse you and I'm going to support you. And we've been kicking it ever since.
We have.
Because I saw you. I watched you as you ran. I saw what you was doing. I watch people. I'm a people watcher.
Okay, all eyes were on me, y'all. She was letting me know that. But you know what? I've stayed true.
Right.
I didn't switch up.
That's right. You stayed true.
I stayed true, and most people, right, when they run for office, right, that's something that I have noticed, that most people when they run for office, they think that it's one and done, and they're gonna occupy that seat forever.
Right. That don't happen.
And that doesn't happen, right? And so when I was running for the first time, I remember you, me, Domingos. There was a little slate of agitators of like real. Oh my God! I just broke your camera. There was a slate of real. I broke your show. Oh my God! Put me back on camera. I'm messing everybody's stuff up. Everybody, I'm live right now. Sorry. But we were a slate of community organizers and agitators in 2019, and we were on the campaign trail, spitting truth.
That's right.
And fire.
That's right.
And we were unapologetic about who we were here to uplift.
That's right.
And I remember being at the River Street Civic Association meeting. Mm-hmm. I remember all of those moments.
Right.
Because for me, I felt like I had a little posse with me. Mm-hmm. And then after the prelim, I was like, dag, this is, I saw my little group dwindle down, and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be all by myself, right? And it was scary,
but we had your back.
I know y'all did. And you know what, you all lined up and endorsed me.
Yeah.
and we made it happen. And that win wasn't about me.
That's right.
That was really all about demonstrating that you don't have to be polished and pedigreed up and networked and resourced.
And all you need is one vote.
All you need is one vote. When one person to believe that their vote matters.
That's right.
Because people right now, we don't believe our vote matters. You know why? Because it doesn't. You know why? Because they ignore us every day.
Exactly.
That's why.
But you know what? So you support Marcus Anthony Hall Educational Institute. Tonight is our 5th fundraiser. It's at the Bruce Boland Building, 2300 Washington Street in Roxbury. That was the first protest that I really organized, and we fought. And that's why I give my events at the Bruce Boland Building, because they said that was going to be for community, and I'm like, well, I'm going to always try to give my events there. But come out and support our youth, because that's what's happening. It's our youth they're our future. One thing I am very upset about, but there's nothing I can do about it, is that our mayor is unopposed. I'm very upset about that, because she gets a free walk now. You know, she don't have no competition.
She ain't walking.
She
gliding. Oh my Lord!
Yeah, she gliding.
And you know what that says to all of us?
Yeah.
That I've never needed you. I will not need you, and I don't care what you got to say about anything that's happening in the city.
I'm the boss. You know, but it's okay.
But it's okay. But you know what? I have no ill will towards the mayor. The mayor is doing her job, and
she's not doing very good at it. But
my
that's
job
my
is
opinion.
My job is to be the checks and balances to the administration.
Right, that's right.
I've always
and we need more people with your attitude on that city council.
But I've been critical since the moment I walked into that.
That's right. I
so
know
it's not about the leader. It is about the title. The title of my job is to be the checks and balances, to hold the administration accountable, to utilize my platform to give people the voice and to represent my constituents.
That's right.
Because of that, right, I've got a target on my back, because some people are very vindictive.
Yes.
If I don't fall in line,
right,
you're out to take me out the line, right?
Right.
Because I speak up, and
right,
that's not right.
And that's what you're supposed to do, because that's what you're there for. You know, there's too many people that sit on that council that are woo people. You know, and it's unfair, and it doesn't make any sense.
Yep.
And I'm very, I just, you know, I don't understand all the inner workings, but I'm very upset at Josh Kraft for bowing out, and he knows that, because I told him. And it just, like, you were number 2. Unfortunately, we don't vote in the preliminaries, and this is what we get. We get an uncontested mayor election, which doesn't make any sense, with over 423,000 voters. 90-something voters came to the polls. But just imagine if Kraft had stayed in. At least she would have had some competition. At least she would have had someone to question her. She don't have no one to question her now. So now we got to go out here and protest every Monday on Blue Hill Ave with the Franklin Park defenders. We got to go and we got to argue and talk about deed restrictions, 50 years. You know, there's a lot of stuff that's going on in our city, and it's not fair, but what are we going to do? We need to go to the polls and write somebody's name in. I don't care who name you write, Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
But it unfortunately, and this goes to show you, Boston, your vote does count.
I know.
Your vote counts. And so Marcus Anthony, we're going to all be about getting the vote out. But we're not going to start in June. We're going to start in January.
But see, the problem with our people, right, is that we just literally give up our power every single day. And, you know, that's why I think what the work that you're doing with young people is you're shaping the next generation of civic agitators, right?
That's right.
Of young people who understand what it looks like to be in rooms where they're making decisions about them.
That's right.
And they not only have a seat at the table, they're dictating what the menu is, right?
That's right.
And that is what real power building and base building and building the bench, because we haven't done a good job at making sure that we're training the next generation. And that's why your organization, the work that you've been doing, is so crucial to the infrastructure, because we can't keep with this voter apathy.
Right.
You know, and I think that the work that you're doing demonstrates that. But then the adults, right, when we take a seat and when we decide that taking 5 minutes out of our day to go cast a vote. And I say to people, even if you don't like any of the candidates, put
Right.
your own name on the
That's-
ballot.
yeah, put
but
your name
just
on there.
register a vote in
That's
that
right.
neighborhood, because that's how those resources pour into our neighborhoods. Like,
That's right.
I don't just care about my little race.
Right.
For me, it's bigger than me.
Right,
And we
right.
have to demonstrate that Dorchester, Roxbury, Mattapan, East Boston, Hyde Park, parts of JP, Mission Hill, like that black and brown people are paying attention. And if we don't get what we need, we'll vote you out. But people don't think that that's going to happen because we never show up.
That's right.
And that's why they don't show up for
That's
us.
right.
And that's it. Even though I'm inside, I still very much operate as an outsider. I still very much understand who I serve. And that's the people. And that's what makes me dangerous, Priscilla.
Right,
And
right.
that's why, for me, right, in this particular election, it's not about being an adversarial to the administration just for the sake of it.
Right,
It is
right.
about doing the work that I got hired to do.
That's
And
right.
if people don't like it, then that's just on them. But everybody thinks I'm an enemy when
Mm-hmm.
actually all I am is trying to be the voice of the people.
Right, right. I know. You are my tagline is, we are the people, we have the power.
That's right.
And I truly believe that. But we have to we really have to do things different. We can't keep doing the same old thing,
And then expecting different
different results.
But we can't.
Right.
And that's why it ends here. That's why this particular election for the general, if we sat it out in the prelim, we better go out in droves
Right.
for the general. And you know what we should do? If people don't like who they have to pick, they can put their own name for that.
They sure
all
can.
They don't have to pick a mayor.
Yeah.
They don't have to pick a city councilor at large. They don't have to pick a district. Everybody can go out and vote and put their own name on that
That's right,
ballot.
'cause
but
they're counted.
But they're counted.
That's right.
And that's how we count these votes.
That's right.
And we can leave those blanks too.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
They
Leave
count
it
them
blank.
blanks. Yep.
Blank.
They count them blanks.
Just put a little X
Yep.
that you showed up.
That's right.
Period.
Yep.
Even though I should not be saying that because I want people to vote for me because I need every vote that I can get, but I would rather people show up to the polls and demonstrate their power and leave that ballot blank
Yep.
than to pick one of us that they don't want.
That's right. That's right.
Oh my God, I said
I
it.
bullet vote. So
I said it. I said it. And you know what?
I bullet
Let me stop
vote.
because I need y'all vote though, for real. Let me stop. Let me talk. Let me stop. Let me eat a little humble pie real quick because I do need everybody's vote. But for real, like for real.
it's real. It is real.
It
you
is
know,
real.
and this by us not having a mayor election shows that there is definitely something wrong in the city of Boston with our people. Come on, y'all, wake up. But Marcus Anthony, we gonna be doing some different stuff starting in January. We're gonna be knocking doors, getting people out to vote, letting people know exactly why you should vote. We got our street team. We gonna be there.
Ooh,
Because one thing that bothers me with people is
tell
that
me.
if they don't win the election, they disappear
I
and
know.
they come back to.
Listen, this is what I've been telling everybody. Let this little dragon out. Don't hire me back into this seat because I'm gonna tear down. Oh, you have no idea, like the power that we're gonna build. I'm like, look, I'm gonna win whether I lose, because what that does is like some people just go away and be quiet. I'm not.
Me neither.
If I don't win, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna get stronger.
That's
because
right.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be out here.
That's right.
And not with no filter.
Right.
Now I can cuss everybody out, right? Like I don't have to be afraid of nobody. I don't have to be afraid of the Globe. I don't have to be afraid of the Herald. I don't have to be afraid of nobody. You know why? Because I'm unfiltered. And even though I am on the inside, I'm still not afraid of them.
That's right.
And that's why they didn't endorse me,
That's
because
right.
I wasn't afraid of them. Shade.
That's all right. That's all right. We the people, we have the power. And we're going to exercise our power. We need to go to the polls is it November 4th?
November the 4th.
And when's the last day to register to vote?
The last day to register to vote is October the 25th,
And when does early voting start?
this weekend.
All right. All right. You all heard that, right?
Yep.
So come on,
Julia
people.
Mejia. Y'all better put Julia Mejia.
Number 7.
Divine 7.
Divine.
Heavenly
Not
7.
luck. We don't believe in luck.
No.
We-
Heavenly 7.
That's right.
Heavenly 7.
That's
And
right.
I always say either if you don't believe in Heavenly 7, Lucky 7, and I'm a risk worth taking.
That's right. That's
right. And you know what? I feel like this. My race this time, I didn't get any political endorsements. I have the least money than most of my top contenders. But I'm demonstrating that people power does matter.
That's right.
And I'm counting on every single person who's listening and who's tuning in to go out and vote and demonstrate that the seat belongs to the people, not to political power brokers. You cannot dictate. I'm not a king or a queen maker. How dare you?
Yes. That sounds like you sound like my friend Mejia now. I used to always ask her why she, God rest her soul. I used to ask her why she didn't run for office because she has so much knowledge. She said, I want to be a queen or a king maker and not a queen. And that's what she did. She did a lot of work in our community. I miss her so much. But I know she's on my shoulder saying, go, Priscilla, go. Because she always pushed me. And another thing I'm excited about my event, because I have to keep going back to my event.
It's tonight.
That's right.
And we're going to raise some money, y'all, because Miss Priscilla needs the money to make it happen for our kiddos. So I need you all to show up and donate. Tell them how they can do it.
They could go on our website. We are a 501c3. So anything you donate will be
tax deductible. I can't say any amounts on the air, but go to www.mahei.org. Yeah. Do I have any callers? I don't got no callers. I'm not popular. What happened? I don't got no callers.
Sometimes we have callers and sometimes we don't. But hopefully people are listening.
Yes.
You know, if you don't call in, hopefully you're listening. So, So Julia, I know he was at the debate last night. I know you got something going on tonight.
Who told you? I didn't see you there.
That's all right. I know.
We the people? You were part of We the People? I was there. And you know what? I had something else. But it was a BU thing, and I realized that not all the candidates were invited. I was a little bit confused, and I left to go to the BU thing, and then I realized, I'm like, you know what? The forum wasn't over yet, and I felt it would be disrespectful for me to just leave. Mm-hmm. So I went back.
Okay.
I was like, you know what?
Mm-hmm. All right.
I can't just leave, even though I had another commitment. I decided to stay where I belong. And I went back to my debate with We the People. And hopefully We the People will go out and vote for Councilor Mejia. Because I need every vote. And for those folks who are tuning in, I don't know, you can also, donate or volunteer juliaforboston.com. I can't ask you for a particular amount, but I can tell you can volunteer, you can support juliaforboston.com. Please plug in. Every vote's going to matter, Priscilla, this time around. I really do believe that my seat is at risk, and people think I'm safe just because I came in top 2. But that was a very different election.
Yes.
That was a very different election. And so I need people to understand that if y'all want to keep me in, y'all going to have to fight to do that. Because
That's right.
I need everybody.
You're right.
I do.
And we need you there because you speak up for us. You show up for us. You get laws and things, ordinances passed for us.
Over 20 pieces of legislation that I've either led or co-sponsored through the entire process, not just introduced, but passed. And money that comes along with those laws.
That's right.
The Office of Black Male Advancement started off as the Black Men and Boys Commission, which led to the Office of Black Male Advancement with a budget of $1.8 million. I fought for that.
Okay.
I did.
Well, they need to give me some more money.
Well, then you need to reach out to them and send them a little DM or whatever. Or they got grants, girl. Go get those grants. But for real.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a wooer either, so I hardly get any grants from the city of Boston. But I don't care because I'm not beholden to nobody but God.
You're unbossed and unbothered.
That's right. I'm bossed and unbothered. And I'm getting ready to go meet Miss Jasmine Crockett. Crockett.
Okay.
I will be going down there in November.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
All right.
I'm not playing.
What you doing over there in November?
I'm going down there to see my girl Jasmine and Ayana.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm hooking it up. I was supposed to go in September, but I couldn't make it. But
I see you.
After my fundraiser and after all the election, I will be going down there to meet her.
And you better take a few selfies.
I'm going to take some selfies. I'm going to take some people with me, too.
Oh, you are? Okay, we're going to organize.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As it should be. Thank you. As it should be. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you taking a bus or you
I might take a van.
Okay.
I might get a van of fools. Let's go down
After
there.
the election, right?
Of course.
Don't be taking all my people before I gotta go. I'll be real mad at you. You take a whole bus of people when it's time to vote to DC. I'll be real mad at you.
I wouldn't do
I would
that.
not talk to you no more.
I would not do that. I would not do that. But people say, "Oh, if anything I can do, let me know." So I'm call them.
Yeah.
Call them.
No, you should run for. Why aren't you?
Because I'm tired. Yeah. I'm trying to raise up some people to run for office.
I know.
You know how old I am?
We need to
I'm
start
old.
we need to start thinking about 2027.
Yeah.
2027 is what I got my eye on. You know why? Because that's the election where we're really gonna shake everything up.
I hope so. Because
That's
we have
we're about to take
ranked
this
choice
thing back.
ranked
I
choice
hope so.
voting and all that good stuff?
That's the hope. My hope is that my gift to the city, right? Because I'm not a career politician. Like, for me, I know what I know, and I know I love my job, but I'm really thinking about building the pipeline for other people to step into their power.
That's right.
I want the Rainbow Coalition. I want to change the face of the city. I want to do a lot. I really want to do a lot, and people got to get ready for it.
That's right.
Because that's
Get
how
ready.
we do.
We're coming.
I need everybody to run, Mill. You see what I'm talking about? I want to prepare. You know what I want to do? I want to work with you, Priscilla. You're working with the young people. I want to work with people who are a little more like, in my age bracket, over 30 people. And we can organize, and we can identify people who have lived experience. Because here's the problem: the people who are running, right? I'm all for everybody. You got passion, you got a little bit of a flair. That's great. But what I need in the Boston City Council is people who have profound lived experience.
That's right.
Not access to high pedigrees and access to top dollars and that's privilege. I want people who are coming from the bottom, right? From the bottom, who have profound lived experience to run for office.
That's
because
right.
they
are the ones that understand the pain and the suffering that we have been going through.
Because we carry it in our hearts.
That's right.
That is very different than somebody who gets propped up.
Yeah.
That is very different than somebody who got access to power.
That's right.
The people who don't have any power.
That's right.
Right? The people who are living these realities and dodging these bullets, those are the people that we need in these seats.
Right.
Not people who get hand selected and propped up and carried through. That is not how we govern.
Well, we do have a state election coming up next year too, and we have a governor's race, and we got some folks that's gonna be running for governor.
Andrea James is throwing her name in the hat, and then yes, and my hope is that our Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley, all these white men are jumping into the Senate to take out Ed Markey. I'm like, dang, you know what? But our sister, who, I believe...
Shoot, if she could beat Carpawana, she can beat Maki.
I'm like, I'm not...
I mean, all these old white men.
And
they think they retire.
But for me, I'm not saying about the age thing, because I don't want to be age discrimination, but what I do want to say
Listen, they old. They need to...
What I do want to say is that...
And they've been in office for years.
White men got some real privilege because they're out here throwing their names...
they just wake up and say, "Oh, I'm gonna run."
But Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley, who's been out in these streets doing the work and serving us in Congress, I want her. If she decides to throw her name in the hat, I'm going all in with that.
Yeah.
I just want everybody to know I got her back, y'all. And I don't do endorsements, but this will be one of the times when I do step out of retirement. If she decides
Warren?
to.
Someone need to take her out.
Well, that's gonna be Warren is giving her seat to Wu. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
You know how that, but I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I heard.
So we're gonna go from bad to worse, right?
Well, no, I'm just saying that's just how it happens. It's like how they do it back in the day when the king and the queen, the king, the son, the firstborn or whatever. I don't know how it goes, but back in the day they used to just inherit shit. That stuff. So I don't know if that's I don't know if that's true or not.
Bruce Wall just made a comment saying the Boston Globe don't represent us. All right.
I know they didn't. I was like, but you know what? When I went on my interview,
it's all good.
But you know what? That's just because I kept it 100 with them.
Yeah.
They weren't ready for it.
I know. But that's all right. They better get ready because we coming. That's my little
No,
song.
but we are here.
Tear
We're not
down
coming.
Babylon, black people, we
belong.
are the bomb. Get
Oh,
ready.
Okay,
we
I like
coming.
that better.
Get ready. We coming.
Okay, but listen.
So
You know-
I just want to say, Julia, that
Yeah.
I really love you for your spirit
Thank
and
you.
for the work that you do, because you're real. You're a rebel. You know, I told you, I said, if I was in the fight, I'd want you in the fight with me, you know, because you are a fighter.
Yep. I was born for this. I really do believe that God brought me onto this earth to do this job.
Yeah.
Not as a politician, but just to help inspire people to understand their power. If that's the
right.
one thing, if that is the only legacy that I leave behind, is that I was able to help people believe in themselves to the point that they were willing to fight for their lives.
I mean, we've been fighting all our lives.
And I'm
as black
tired of
people.
it.
Girl, who you talking about? I'm older than you.
But I know, but Priscilla, you know what? There has to come a point in our lives where we get to see the fruit of our labor, where we get to see, you know, and I wanted to just give a shout out to Pastor Wall, because I remember during my recount, y'all had a breakfast for me downstairs and y'all were all pouring into me. And there they talked about Ruth. Was it Ruth? Yeah, it's a woman in the Bible.
Ruth. Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. I forgot the name. But all I know is she set her people free.
You talking about Esther?
Esther. Oh
Esther.
my God, who's that?
Girl, get the story right.
Who's
Yeah,
Ruth?
Esther. Ruth was the
Which
Ruth was the woman that
There was a Ruth in the
her
Bible.
son
That's something with Ruth. I don't know.
there is, yeah.
I'm mixing up stories.
yeah.
Esther.
Esther, yeah.
Esther.
Yeah.
And I believe I gotta read the story a little bit more, but I will never forget that. I was like, oh, I'm like Esther.
Yeah, she told her daughter she
What did Esther do? Tell me.
So she became the queen after King Vashti disrespected the king, and I think it was her uncle Mordecai
Yeah.
got her to be the queen. Got to be the queen,
And she
he
set her
told
people free, right?
He told her, because the guy Haman wanted to kill all the Jews because he
Right.
didn't like them, and he told her, he said, you have to go to the king and fight for your people. He said, because the king didn't know she was Jewish, right? That she was a Jew also.
Right.
And so
And then she became his favorite, right?
right. And
Yeah.
what she did, she told her people to fast and pray. And when she went to the king, he accepted her. Mm-hmm. And he didn't like Mordecai. So the guy Haman, he didn't like
Yeah.
Mordecai. So he tried to get
kill.
Mordecai killed.
Yep.
And so, but the king found out that Mordecai had helped him, had saved his life. And so Haman did a noose thinking that Mordecai was going to be hung. And because Esther went in and talked to him, Haman wound up being,
Ooh.
yeah, and Esther saved her people.
Wow. Okay, so that's a lot. I just want to make sure that I'm not gonna be out here, killing nobody.
I'm just telling you the story.
Okay, well, whoa. So like, when you know better, it's like, okay, but I took it. I was like, okay, I'm Esther. That's fine. But I was born for this moment. If there was a time for me to be in this space, it is now.
That's right.
And I take on that responsibility. So tonight we're gonna be at the Bruce Bowling Building, right?
Yes, 2300 Washington Street.
It starts at 5:30 and it
Yes.
goes until 8. And you can support by showing up, making a donation.
That's right.
I've been with you since day one. I remember we started virtually.
Yes, yep, we sure did. Yeah.
And we're still here.
We're still here 5 years. And it has not been easy.
But
because I've been fighting for my children.
I know that's right.
And thank God, I got to do a shout out for Jeannie Matos from Madison Park Development Corporation, who's one of my board members, Larry Ellison, who I got him running around now getting stuff for me. Nadella Thomas. Oh my God, it's just been
Your
these
village.
people has
Your
and
village.
they work and they help me and they support me, and I'm so thankful and grateful.
As everyone should be, standing up and showing up and supporting you as best that they can. That's what it looks like. It's gonna take all of us
That's right.
to make this work happen. And
That's
so
right.
like,
And we
shout
gotta
out to
train our
everybody.
young folks. We have
right.
to.
We have to get them ready.
We got some that are ready to go.
You think I'm not gonna be picking? I'm like, okay, you running in 2027, like for real.
Yes.
Like they out here doing it.
That's right.
We should be out here trying to find who the next succession is.
That's right. That's what I'm looking for.
I'm looking to see.
I want to just sit back and see the fruits of my labor. Because I actually, even though Marcus Anthony is 5 years old, I've been working with Madison Park Development Corporation for 10 years. 10 years I've been on this radio station with People Power with Priscilla. I mean, time just flew. You know? It's just flying. And so I got to get my young folks ready.
And time is the greatest gift of all. Mm-hmm. And that is the thing that sometimes we forget, that we don't have. We're on borrowed time now.
That's right. And tomorrow is not promised.
Tomorrow is not promised.
That's right.
So
we got to do what we can do while we're here.
That's right.
You know, because only what we do for God will last.
That's right.
You know, we could be out here shaking and baking and all that other foolishness.
Like, oops,
I'm telling you, and people are leaving here. You know, I've lost a couple of family members this year. You know, last week I was at 2 funerals, a niece and a cousin. You know, people are leaving. You know, I lost my brother this year. It's just been a lot. Yeah. It's been a lot.
It's been a lot. There's been a lot of losses in this city too.
And we're not getting any younger. We're getting older. You know, so we got to love our people.
We're getting wiser. We're getting a little bit more mature. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And I think we often don't realize how serious life is. And I think that sometimes we take these things for granted. And I don't think we realize the little bit of time that we have to try to do as much as we can while we're still here.
That's right. And we also got to remember that there is a God.
There is a God.
And He is looking.
Oh, He is. I know I'm getting
sick and tired of us.
I know I'm one of His soldiers. I know I'm one of His soldiers. I know that for a fact. I may not go to church every Sunday, y'all. Sorry, but I know for a fact that I am one of His.
That's right.
And there's nothing in my soul that, like, questions what my purpose is in life. Like, I know what my mission is.
Yeah, our prayer's coming back too. I'm working on that too.
Oh, good, because you know they couldn't. I think it was all political.
Probably didn't.
I know, because it was good. We were doing real good, and then all of a sudden I can't do it no more. I'm like, why I can't do it no more?
Mm-hmm. That's all right.
It's okay.
Yeah, we'll find someone else.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
That's right. That's right.
And you know,
and I had a prayer ministry in City Hall for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's 5. This is number 5 again, right?
5.
5 is a number of grace, I believe.
5 is a good number. Shoot, I see you. Well, I think as we proceed to give the world what it needs, isn't there like a rap song? As we proceed.
I don't know nothing about rap. Okay. Only rap I know is "We are the people, we have the power."
Well, then I'm like, you know what? I'm not. I used to work at MTV, but I'm not even gonna act like I remember all this. But like Priscilla, there is so much at stake right now, not just in terms of politics, but even humanity and how we treat each other, how we see each other.
That's right.
Because
we're all in the same boat, really.
I know.
It's us against them. Yeah. You know.
And
they don't care nothing about us. These people do not care about us.
And they're beating us.
They're beating us, but they're not going to win. Because the story's already been written.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
We just got to go through.
Yep. I think that we are in a moment of reckoning.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we are going to see who is who.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day.
That's right.
And I want to make sure that when that day comes, I'm on the right side.
That's right.
Of the equation. And I think that's what we're going to be judged on, is who we were and how we treated the people who were around us.
That's right.
And
because the things that are happening now in this country, I never thought I would see. Snatching people, just
ice out here.
It's crazy.
Ice needs to melt. Ice needs to melt, y'all.
That's a good one. That's true too. They do need to melt.
Oh yeah, they're out here.
Yeah,
they're out here, and so I think and it's so funny because there's so much hate, and I think what people are losing sight of, in this moment in particular, is that we're fighting for little crumbs and we're pitting people against each other.
That's right.
When in reality, we should all be working collectively.
Exactly. Collaboration, not competition.
Exactly. And then we know who our target is. But our target has us fighting each other. Because let me tell you, right now, what the federal government is doing is practicing on the most vulnerable. And that is folks who are, who are undocumented.
Right.
They can get away with all of this, right? And then they can get all these people who don't like immigrants, who don't like folks who are undocumented, and then they're doing the practice run because that's the first line. Then they're gonna come for women. Then they're gonna come for they're already coming for poor people. Then they're gonna come for black people. Like all of us, y'all. None of us are safe. This is just training to take us all out.
But I trust in God.
I trust in God too.
trust in
but
God.
God is trying to pay attention to see how we stand up for each other.
That's right.
If we trust in God, then we have to live by His principles, right? And that's taking care of each other.
That's right.
Love our neighbor. We're not doing that right now. What we're doing is hating our neighbors, chastising our neighbors. We're not leading with love right now.
Yep.
So we can't say we trust in God and we love Him and then hate on His people. That don't make any sense to me.
No, it doesn't. And
so we got to shift that.
And how do we shift that?
We have to start saying to people, I see you. I affirm you, even though I don't agree with you.
I mean, because you could agree to disagree. You don't
I
have
know,
to.
but there's so
you
much
don't always
hate
have
right
to
now.
be to agree with what someone says.
There's
It's
too much
okay
hate.
to disagree.
There's
But
too much
it
hate
is
right
too
now.
much hate.
And we got to stop that. We got to stop that. We got to stop that. We're hating on each other, and that's just not going to work. We have to set the stage.
That's the plan, to keep us divided and separated. That's the plan.
I know, but if we know the plan, we should alter the plan, and we should start organizing. Black, Hispanics, everybody, poor, white.
We're in the same boat,
we
people.
Are.
We're in the
we
same boat.
We're anybody who's poor, right?
Yep.
Marginalized, abused,
confused,
underrepresented.
That's right.
Everybody. We're all in this together. And we're not going to win unless we all
come together.
And that's the problem with this city. And that's the problem with everything in this world, is that everybody is taking care of themselves instead of taking care of each other. That's it. If we could start learning how to take care of each other, we'd be good.
That's right.
But we don't know how to do that. And that's the number one lesson that we need to learn.
All right.
I hear
you.
We got to take care of each other.
That's right. Because harder days are coming. We think it's hard and rough now. It's only going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Like they say, it'll get worse before it gets better.
Yep, and we survived COVID. And COVID was a great training for what is to come. And the next pandemic is the federal government that we're dealing with right now.
Yeah.
And so we got to get it together. We have to understand that we have to unite. And that the only way we're going to survive this is if we organize.
That's right. Organize. That's right.
Yep. So.
But we shouldn't be afraid to organize. We shouldn't be afraid to work together.
No, we should not be afraid, period. But I'm afraid to say, I do have an event that I'm supposed to be at 9:45. And I just realized
You're late.
I know, and I got to get going before I'm even later. But I just realized, I'm like, oh, snap, I got to run. But Priscilla, thank you for giving me the opportunity to be with you. I love you and I appreciate you. I will be there tonight to give you a hug and to give you some love and to help you raise some money.
Thank you.
And I just want to tell everybody, please go out and vote. Early voting is happening. The last day to register to vote is October 25th. I am Heavenly 7 on the ballot. Please vote for me. Please go out and vote. Please own your power, and if you don't like any of us, put your own name on the ballot. But whatever you do, don't sit this one out.
Yes, please.
Yeah, for real.
All right, Julia, we can't get our picture because I'm still on the air, but we'll get pictures tonight.
I'll do a selfie.
Oh.
Okay, bye everybody. I'm going to my other event. Thank you. What I'll do is I'll just do it while, I don't want to disrupt the show, but I'll do it.
Okay. All right. Miss Selfie. Okay. So that was Julia Mejia, my friend, my city councilor at large. and she has to go because she's working. Love you. But yes, so come out tonight, folks. 5:30 at the Bruce Bowling Building. Um, I know my ticket's a little pricey, but if you really want to come, if you give me a call, if you know my number, give me a call and we may be able to work something out. It's gonna be nice. It's a different fundraiser. We got a fashion show with twins only. We got about 5 or 6 set of twins starting at the age of 3, going to the age of 14, and it's called Twinology. The keynote speaker is Tony Martin, who is my niece. She's also a producer and filmmaker. She did a movie. She has a program called ASAP, After School Arts Program. And she trained 14, 15, 16, and 17-year-olds how to write, produce, act, and direct their own movie. And it was called Static. And in 2024, it received the Youth Award for the Roxbury Film Festival. And it's a 15-minute short film, but we will be seeing it tonight. And I'm very excited. I'm excited about our honorees. We have Zakia Alakai. She's going to be receiving the Mejia Baker Gomez Award. We have Minister Randy Muhammad. He's going to be receiving the Marcus Anthony Hall Award. We have Brother Robert Kinney, who is my blood brother. He's going to be receiving the Mel King Legacy Award. And we have Darren Howell, who's going to be receiving the Chuck Turner Award. And we have 2 other awards, but I can't talk about them. They're scholarship. And this year we're going to hopefully start our Marcus Anthony Hall LAMP Scholarship. And the reason why it's called LAMP is because if you go into school for law, accounting, medical, or politics, that spells LAMP. And we believe that Marcus Anthony was a LAMP. And so we're going to be starting that scholarship tonight. And every year going forward, there will be 4 people who will be getting a LAMP award. And so come out. We're going to have some good music. Our DJ is Brother Charles Muhammad, CC Sounds. We got some spoken word by Conscious Science. We got some songs by Jackson Nicholas. We got vendors. We got silent auction items. It's gonna be nice. It's really, I cannot believe that it just is here. You know, time does not wait for anybody, and I am thankful and I'm grateful to still be on the air at Boston Praise Radio and TV networks. And I want to say a shout out to Pastor Bruce Wall for all that he does. I love him, and I am so thankful and grateful. I can't believe it. It's been 10 years. 10 years I've been at this radio station. I started in 2015, and it's now 2025. 10 years I've been working with Madison Park Development Corporation. 10 years. 5 years with the Marcus Anthony Hall Educational Institute. 5 years. And we just received our 501c3 in August of this year. So we're legit. We are a legitimate organization, non-profit. And I'm thankful and grateful to God. And I will always be thankful and grateful. I know things happen in our lives, things that we cannot change. But God is real. And I'm going to be putting out my next book soon, The Real City Hall. And that's going to be a doozy. But call, because my guest is gone. So someone need to call and talk to me. Because Renee ain't saying nothing. How you doing, Renee? she ain't saying nothing. So I'm sitting here talking to myself, by myself. Let's see. I have Fatima Shahid is watching. I had Abigail Forrester, Jimmy Taylor. Jimmy says, love the word this morning. All right, Jimmy. Tell Linda I said hello. But yeah, it's I have 10 more minutes on the air, so if somebody want to call me, Jamal, Larry Ellison, Nadella, Jeannie Matos. Where y'all at? Ain't nobody calling me. I don't want to shorten my show, but someone need to call me. Someone need to say something. Because we can't have no dead air, you know. You know, Pastor don't like dead air. So that means I have to continue to talk. Okay. So, let me see. What can I talk about? I don't really want to talk about politics because we know that there's an election coming up. We know that we need to get out and vote. And like Julia said, if you don't like nobody that's running, add your name, put your name there, or put somebody's name that you like, that you respect. But don't sit out. Out of 423,000 people that are registered to vote, how do we reach out to them? How do we get those people? Do I have a caller? Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Peace. Good morning. You called for me. I've been listening, so I just, out of respect, I was trying to stay quiet. But, you touched on a lot of themes today, one of which that I believe in terms of, like, what do we do as a community if people disagree? Okay? So I might think, the best singer of all time is Luther Vandross. You might think it's Donny Hathaway. So now we should go in the back alley and fight to the death.
No, we shouldn't go to the back alley and fight. We should just, like, you play your songs and I play my songs. We just take turns.
And so when it comes to politics in the city, like the counselor was just saying, write your own name in and all this, and you were saying Mickey Mouse, I don't want to recommend that. You know what I mean? Because I think, for instance, let's say there were so many people fed up with the Wu administration and everything and so dissatisfied that there's no other choice that actually 100,000 people came out and actually wrote in Mickey Mouse. There is no Mickey Mouse to step up.
Right.
You see?
Yeah, I hear you.
You see?
But that's not going to happen.
Well, of course it's not. And if people have, people have been talking about me that they was going to write me in for District 7 City Council. I'm like, well, newsflash, I don't even live in District 7 anymore. So we can start there, right? People who may want to write in Domingos or whatever out of protest or what have you. But we still are bound by this thing called reality.
Right.
And once again, somebody who is a superstar to somebody. For my mother, she has a lot of Christian preachers that she looks at, and she thinks that they are phenomenal and fantastic. And I don't find them that way.
Okay.
You see, and that's where local politics, and we could do it without being nasty, right? Of course, don't nobody got to call no names or nothing and all this type of thing. But there's a lot of disagreement out there, and just as much as a person could paint themselves, as a champion and a warrior and a saint, someone else could bring up some very, cogent critiques that would, you know what I mean, call that into question.
Right. But you know what, Jamal? None of us are perfect. That's first of all. And second of all, we can... seems like there's no unity in our community. It, like you said, this one likes Luther Vandross, this one likes Donny Hathaway, whatever. But that is our problem. We have to learn how to work together and figure out the situation that's gonna be the best benefit for us. Because with the way we are now, we're fragmented. We're fragmented, and that Willie Lynch syndrome is still alive and well.
So I believe unity is a false concept. And, on a Christian radio station and, talking about the Bible and everything, there is not the Bible, not the Quran, no book of wisdom, ancient or otherwise, ever talks about that in the end there's going to be a great coming together and we're all going to hold hands and hug. And what was that? I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. It ain't going to happen. What all predictions have said is that there's in fact going to be a great separation of two different sides. The righteous and the wicked, separating the wheat from the chaff. We've heard all these things. So the concept of unity, and I can only use it in my own, life, but there's been a couple of times where I've had some, little public beefs in the community. And people have been like, man, Jamal, you should just get together with that person. But how could I get together with a person if the basis of that beef is that I know this person to be a thief or a liar or, things that are deal breakers for me, an abuser of women or, you know what I mean?
Right.
So that's the thing where we can't unify because a lot of us have different principles. Some of us are doing it because we're true believers, and others are doing it for their own self-aggrandizement and ego-based reasons and, so on and so forth. So I think that what's ultimately going to happen is water is going to seek its own level, and those of us who think alike will join together in pockets, and other people will be left out.
Okay, that's your opinion.
Yeah,
You're entitled to it.
absolutely.
But I still think I think that there is some way that we can come together. I believe that.
As all black people.
Yeah, why not? Oh,
Okay,
black,
well,
yellow, white, whatever color.
Okay.
But I believe that I believe there should be a separation as well. But I got 2 minutes. So
I was just gonna say, like, we coming together with Clarence Thomas. What are we doing? You know what I mean? There's a lot of people I know who are black, who are murderers, rapists, and all sorts of things. And I'm telling you, I'm not now nor never coming together with those people.
Okay.
I abhor those things.
Right.
So, I can come together with like-minded, righteous people who care about